Once upon a time, there lived a father and son in a village. One day, they decided to travel to a faraway land with their donkey. They packed their belongings and set off on their journey. The journey was long. They had to cross many towns, hills, and deserts to reach their destination. So, father let his son ride the donkey while he walked beside them. When they reached the first town, the people there stared at them and whispered. One of them said loudly, "How rude and disrespectful that young man is. He's sitting on the donkey while his old father is walking in the sun. He should let his old father ride the donkey." The father and son heard this and felt embarrassed. The boy got off the donkey and asked his father to ride the donkey while he walked along them. When they reached the second town, the people there also looked at them and talked. One of them said loudly, "How selfish and irresponsible that father is. He's enjoying the ride while his son walks in the heat. Parents always try to give comfort to their children even if they suffer. But this father is comforting himself by giving pain to his child." The father and son heard this and felt again embarrassed. After going some distance, father got off the donkey and they both started walking with donkey. When they reached the third town, the people there laughed at them and mocked. One of them said loudly, "How foolish these travelers are. They have a donkey but they don't use it. Then what's the point of having a donkey if they don't ride it?" The father and son heard this and felt stupid again. After going some distance, they decided to both ride the donkey. So they both sat on donkey and started riding it. When they reached the fourth town, the people there saw them and started taunting them. One of them said loudly, "How cruel and abusive these riders are. They both burden the poor donkey with their weight. They should spare the donkey some mercy and get off it." The father and son heard this and felt sorry for the donkey. They both got off the donkey. Now the only option left to them was to carry the donkey on their back. But that would have been even more awkward. After going some distance, they saw a monk sitting under a tree on the outskirts of the village. The father and son greeted the monk and told him their story. They explained how they had tried to please everyone they met on their way, but they only ended up being criticized and ridiculed. The monk listened to them patiently and then laughed. Then he said, "My friends, don't bother what people say. It is people's nature to keep criticizing everything. They will always find something to complain about. No matter what you do, if you listen to them, you will never be happy or satisfied. Therefore, don't bother what people say and do only what you want to do. Do what you think is right and good for you. Follow your own heart and mind, not the opinions of others. That's the only way to live a true and meaningful life. If we see in our lives, we will find that life always shows us the deep truth that we can't make everyone happy." The story of the father and son and their donkey proves this fact very well. When they traveled, they tried to do what everyone said. But every time they tried to please people, they got new complaints, which shows that people often say things without seeing the whole picture or being fair. The way to live honestly and happily is not to change ourselves for others, but to be loyal to our own beliefs. Changing ourselves all the time to fit in with others makes us tired and sad, and we forget who we are. The father and son story ended with the monk's advice, which reminds us of an old truth that if we try to make everyone happy, we will lose ourselves. Being true to ourselves and following our own way is the key. No matter what you do, people will always keep talking and criticizing. No matter what you do, people will always keep talking and criticizing you. And if we try to act based on what they say, we will never be satisfied. We should do what feels right to us, not what is popular or expected. We should remember that when people criticize us, it means that we are growing and doing something different. Therefore, always remember that you cannot please everyone. No matter what choices you make, there will always be someone who disagrees with you or finds fault in you. But instead of trying to meet everyone's expectations, focus on what you believe is right and follow your own path. Because listening to your heart and staying true to yourself leads to a more genuine and fulfilling life.